session 4 of the Christmas story, and today we're looking at the story of the wise men. It's only mentioned in Matthew, and firstly let's straighten out a few things. One is, there's no mention of them being kings, there's no mention of being 3 of them, and there's no mention of their names. All that's tradition that's built up over the years. All we are told is that some men from the east who studied the stars. The second thing we need to recognise is that they didn't end up in the stable along with the shepherds. If we read the story, Matthew tells us they came to the house where they found the child with Mary, and no mention of Joseph. The last thing, we're not told that the star led them across from the east. We read that as they left Herod's palace, the star that they had seen in the east appeared again, and they were overjoyed. Why would people who studied the stars think that a king had been born in Judea? When Julius Caesar died, there was a nova or a comet which appeared over his funeral pyre, and people saw this as a sign that he had become a god, or he'd gone to join the gods. And thus the notion of stars indicating kings and rulers became quite popular. There was also a notion around at that time that world domination would come out of Judea. It's interesting. There are 2 Roman historians who mention this, Tacitus and Suetonius, but also the Jewish historian Josephus. So when these wise men saw an unusual star, they believed that it indicated some political change. What they possibly saw was a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in the area of the sky known as Pisces. This happened in 7 BC, and we've got this information from an observatory in Babylon. Pisces was regarded as the end of the sun's old course and the beginning of the new. Jupiter was the royal planet, and Saturn had long been associated with Israel. So it's very natural for these men to presume a new king has been born in Judea, and this is the beginning of the shift of world domination to Judea. And as Jerusalem was the capital city, it was very natural for them to go there and go to the palace and ask Herod, where is this new king? When they asked King Herod, he was horrified. He was a man who held on to power by murdering all his rivals. So he inquired of them what time the star had appeared. And it would seem that it had been a period of 2 years, because Herod then ordered all boys under the age of 2 to be killed. When the wise men left Herod's palace, they saw the star that they had seen in the east, and it seemed to lead them to a house where they found Jesus with his mother. Now, these were not men who knew about the God of Israel. They were men who put their trust in the movement of stars. These were wealthy, educated men, unlike the rough, down-to-earth shepherds. But God used their knowledge to announce the birth of Jesus in a way that they would understand. You see, the good news of Jesus is for everyone, rich, poor, educated, uneducated. The important thing about these men is that they were open, and they went to find out what this was all about. They recognised Jesus as a king, although they may not have understood what his kingship was all about. And this, of course, is in contrast to the closed mind of Herod, who could only see threat to his power. The saying goes, wise men and women still seek Jesus and recognise his kingship.